What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the past week. If you enjoy the Scale News Update, hit the like button. This week's news is one of the most packed there's been, period. So we're going to get through as many stories as we can. Let's jump into this week's topics. First for this week, Furatech posted something up on their social media showing that they're going to be releasing 1/32nd scale RTRs. Now, these may look familiar though, and while they are a new RTR, and even though there's 3 of them coming, I'm only going to count 1 because they are new from Furatech. They are RTR, but I think that these are Orlando vehicles that are just completed with the electronics and everything and made in an RTR way. The Orlando ones, I don't even know if you can buy theirs RTR. I think you buy them as a kit and then you have to buy all the extra stuff. Either way, Furatech, I assume that this has got a little brushless system in it or something. That right now it's very minimal what they're showing, just that these are 1/32nd scale, teeny tiny little, cell phone size crawlers slash, scale trucks. And they're going to be coming out soon. Not a whole lot of information other than that, but if you would like a little bit more detail on what these vehicles are actually like, you can go check out the Orlando website. So check that out. More information on this, I'm sure, coming soon, but I'm definitely counting them as RTR now. Also from Furatech, they posted this up Monday, and this is the Python Pro integration, which is their poor translation of saying that it's 2-in-1. An integrated version. It's got the ESC and receiver built into one. Normally, that's something that's kind of perceived as a very low end or budget RTR level or toy grade even option in most cases. But 1/24 scale stuff does get tight on space. Furatech makes their own radio. I believe it's a FlySky protocol. So if you've got like one of those new Radio Master MT12s, you could probably bind it to a pretty decent radio instead. Definitely something that might be an option or might be appealing to some. Furatech also has their own radio. I believe it's called the Avatar. Not sure how many options of other non-Avatar ones that they have, but pretty interesting. The Furatech ESC's been pretty nice. This one, they got the Bluetooth integrated, all that. Now the radio as well. One less thing they have to stuff into one of those very tiny little cars. These aren't available yet. I'm sure they will come out soon, but watch for more on that. Next, Team Garage Hack posted up a teaser of something new that they've got coming out. This is going to be a new winch. This does not follow the typical form factor of winches that we've seen over the last several years. This is, it's kind of like a decased servo and then with some, different type of mounting points and form factor in general. Definitely going to be interesting. The speed on it is another pretty wild one. I think that they said that it'd do 3 feet in 4 seconds. I'm sure that's at full tilt, probably on 3S or 4S. And I imagine this is going to be proportional, so you can probably dial that in based on whatever radio you're using. Pretty interesting. I like the mounting options, something completely different. Nice to see. Looking forward to more information on this from Team Garage Hack. Next, another new RTR, this time from Red Cat Racing. This is the Danchi Ridge Runner. Now they've had vehicles that are like this, but with a cage. I think it's like the Ridge Climber or something like that. I can't remember exactly how it's named, but this is what appears on the outside to be a scale truck. It's got dig and 4-wheel steering and ladder chassis, all that, but it is MOA axles. These are cheap MOA axles with 380 motors on each end. So the dig is just a function in the radio to stop putting power to the rear, which is common in MOA, and something that's pretty cool that they integrated into this car at the very low price point that it comes in at. This is not something that is going to go head to head with any of the other like super popular options. This is an inexpensive option that's going to have some decent enough performance to, be impressive. If you actually want to take something outside that is a much lower cost, this could, who knows exactly how, 380 motors and things like that will do in this type of situation. I mean, we've had cars with that size in the past, going like way back, the Duratrax Cliff Climber, 2007, for those of you that have been around in this scene for that long. It's been a minute, but they did a pretty nice video showcasing some of its capabilities without really, pointing out that it's a more or extremely budget type option. Either way, if you're looking for a pretty cheap Christmas gift, this could be a good option. Not sure if it's landed yet or if this is a pre-order, but check wherever you normally shop for Red Cat. I put a link to where you can buy it or pre-order it currently down below. And then another new RTR. We're getting so close to 100. This time, FTX. This is the Outback Gladius. No idea where they came up with this name or the style of this vehicle. Kind of hard to tell what it could be put after. No, it looks like the original Pro Line Gladiator body, if you guys remember that. It wasn't good. And this one, not good either, but it's something to put on top of the RTR. However, underneath this RTR, which is fairly reasonably priced, FTX has more expensive models, but this one seems to kind of have all of the options with a 2-speed and locking, unlocking differentials, inner fenders. It's very Traxxas underneath. This thing is a TRX4 knockoff, like all the way down to the style of the battery strap, which I thought was one of Traxxas's patents, as far that little lever that goes over the top and you can flip it. Maybe the flipping part is part of their patent and they didn't incorporate that. I don't know, but it's as close as I've seen anybody get to just knocking it off. But again, price isn't bad. Gladius is the name. FTX, definitely more popular over Europe, UK, things like that. We don't see it over here on the US side all that much. And the price is usually a little bit higher. If you were trying to get it over here, it wouldn't make all that much sense rather than just buying the original Traxxas one that you could get here instead. But if you're over there and they're a brand that you prefer, you got a new one coming soon. Vanquish Products released the heavy metal portal covers that come on the VRD Carbon. You can get these separately now, just a less expensive version of the low offset brass cover or very similar to it. So if you're looking for a way to add a little bit of weight to the front of your F10 portal axles, there's a new option for you. Also from the VRD Carbon, you can now purchase that F10 servo on axle mount separately. It comes with a number of the components from the chassis of the VRD. And in that is also that servo on axle mount. This one is the on top of the axle version, not the behind the axle version that we talked about last week. So if you wanted to get that, these will work on both your F10 portals and your F10 straight axles. If you have older F10 portal axles, it may not have the one hole on the back side, but it's not necessarily all that crucial. It will still work just fine without it. So if you purchase new plastic housings, you can find that hole on there likely. Same if you go for the aluminum version of the F10 portal, it's not going to have that mounting hole either. J Concepts released some new monster truck tires. These are the Golden 73s, a very retro styled monster truck tire. They have a bunch of photos on their website showing it. Again, just very retro, very period correct for that type or class of monster truck racing that J Concepts is obviously known for. And then they also released some 2.6 monster truck Fling Kings. I feel like the Fling Kings are one of J Concepts' coolest tires. These are hyper aggressive chevron or rice and cane-esque style tires. If you've got a big monster truck, low-C LMT, and you want to throw some just gnarly mud tires on it, these would be the ones that I would choose, but I don't know much about monster trucks. So maybe there's a better option, maybe not. Check them out if they look good to you. Last Wednesday on Livestream Takeover, Matt and I both put together some Christmas shopping lists for you. We put 10 items under $100 each, and then we each picked 10 items over $100 in case you coming up with a little mental block when someone asked you what you want for Christmas. Put a link to where you can find both of our lists in one place on my website. Find everything we suggested there below. Then Element has finally released the IFS2 in a kit version. This comes fully assembled out of the box, and then you're going to maybe have to disassemble part of it to get it into your Element Enduro of choice, or maybe you're going to try and stuff this under a custom build of some sort. The original IFS, you could 3D print some pieces and make it go under an SCX-102. Probably still similar with this one. Definitely redesigned, much improved. That original IFS kit was not good. It wasn't good on the RTRs and wasn't good on its own. This one, I'm told, is much better. And if you want to make it look a little bit better, Knight Customs also released some detail parts that you can purchase off of his My Mini Factory and print yourself at home. In case you want to add some scale realistic style, very similar to some Toyota parts. So those are on his My Mini Factory. I've put a link to that. You can check out all of the parts Knight Customs has for all kinds of different trucks there while you're at it. And lastly, on the Element front, currently they're running their buy an Enduro, get an Enduro 24 for free. Now, not 100% sure where you can redeem that always, whether you have to buy through their website or whether you can buy through your favorite retailer or local hobby shop or not and still get that deal. I'm sure that there's fine print, or you can ask your dealer, look for some details on the big websites, probably cover it there. But if you're looking for a inexpensive 24, they're not as popular as the SCX 24s, but maybe pawn it off as a gift. Get yourself something nice and also cover one of the people on your shopping list for Christmas. For you RC four-wheel drive scale V8 engine owners, I think specifically the V2, they just released some long tube style headers that you can pick up for that. These are 3D printed in ABS. I think they're the SLS style printing. They look like a pretty decent finish to them. They're finished in white, so you can detail those up however you like, but I showed photos of it with that blazer body. Those headers shown in the fender wells looked pretty good. Then last week, there was new rules posted for the No Prep RC drag racing segment. The rules this year, pretty interesting overall. I don't follow the rules normally, but I read them just because I was curious. Pretty interesting. They put in a number of rules stating that you can't run a product unless it's been commercially available for a certain amount of time before the race, to try and stop from racers with lots of relationships being able to get something that's not available as a huge competitive advantage and then running that in classes. Kind of cool to see something like that. Obviously it had been a problem, so it's trying to fix something that wasn't cool, but a little update there. Also, it looks like if you're running like the big dog class, you're not allowed to run one of these other lower classes. I think there's specifically a class that it's stated that way. That way it gives people a place to go if they don't want to try and compete with the biggest dollar type racers, but still want to have something fairly competitive, rather than giving racers just another option or another test pass for their big car. Again, little things that they're trying to keep it alive, because we definitely don't cover as much no prep these days as we did during 2020. Proline has got their Christmas giveaway going on from December 13th through the 18th. They're doing a giveaway every single day. You go on their social media, you'll find links to where you can enter, or there's a link in this video description. You can go there each day, get your entries, and see what they're giving away that day. Some very nice prizes. Proline does this every year, so go check that out. You've got from Wednesday for then 5 days after, whenever that is. Then Kyosho has finally made that Toyota Tundra, kind of short course scaler version of it. It's available shipping now. It's in stock, so depending on where you get that, they may have them on shelves. If you want to go take a look at it in person, it does look very, very good. Definitely the best effort that's been put into proportions and scale realism on that type of platform. So they did a great job on that. 2 colors available, that crazy green, whatever it's called, and then a much more tame silver. This Wednesday live stream takeover, come join Matt and myself, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna have a guest on again this week. Last week we had Randall from Axial. This week we're gonna have Rich from Axial. Maybe a little less Axial talk and more of some of the other topics. Matt and I both have mystery boxes from Rich that we're going to open on the stream, so come join us for that. If you got any questions that you want to throw his way, get those prepared and ready to drop in the comments. Again, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And that does it for this week's news stories. Rapid fire through that whole thing, but we got through it. Last week we talked about what projects you were trying to get through before the end of the year. It's counting down. We're almost there on RTRs, just a few away. A few weeks left, but we're getting right at the end. Most people have put out their RTRs trying to get those Christmas sales. So now we're just going to have some stragglers maybe. fingers crossed, coming down to the wire. The best way. Myself, I'm in a time crunch currently, like always, trying to get a build done for this weekend. I've got 3 comps that I'm trying to attend this weekend if all goes to plan. I want to know, do you guys work better on a deadline, or does that ruin everything for you? It's the last thing you want. You've got enough deadlines in your life that you don't want to involve that at all in your hobby. Or if you're like me, is that what you need to just get something done? Do you strive for a deadline? You know, make them up yourself, whatever it may be. Or do you just kick back, relax, and put something on and tinker while you're at your bench? Put your comments down below. I appreciate you guys watching the Scale News every week. I started filming this episode with 25 minutes left on my memory card. I didn't want to go clear it. So I was like, I think I can cram it in. Normally, it takes me like 25 to 29 minutes to film an episode. Probably tell that I was trying to really plow through this one, but I made it. You made it to the end, I guess, as well. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell so you see the videos as soon as they get uploaded. With that, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. I have 7 minutes left.